Yo, what's going down, y'all? It's your homie Jay Green. We got my man
Barry Gaines
in the building. And right now we're about to give y'all our top 3. And of course this list can always be adjusted. But top 3 villains of all time. Now, it comes with a caveat though. It comes with a caveat. Certain villains we just cannot have on the list. Darth Vader, come on now, world renowned. Everyone knows who this person is. Can't do it. He's the most ruthless dude in the galaxy. You dig?
Right.
So he's up there, can't put him on the list.
That's God tier, can't do that.
That being said, we got our top 3 underneath him. Okay?
Yes.
My list is gonna be a little kind of out there. We're doing supernatural and natural, so it could be really anybody, anything that you've ever seen. My list is gonna be a little random, but Barry, you wanna kick it off, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll kick it off. All right, so we're saying too, you could be natural and supernatural. So this is our top 3. This is my top 3. It's really hard because there's a lot of them out there that I really love. So it's really a hard choice. But those that I can always watch cook on screen, no matter what time of day, when, I can just watch them and have fun watching them. The first one I say would be, I'm going to go back in time a little bit. And we're going to go to Annie Wilkes, Kathy Bates in Misery.
Oh.
I think watching her work, that movie was incredible. Even now, she's scary, So that is a freaking classic. So anyone never seen Misery, go see Misery and check out how Kathy Bates in her younger days was cooking on that set. That was a banger.
Dope villain. I think I'm gonna follow someone similar like that in regards to maybe keeping their cool, but still being crazy villainy because she was wild. I'm gonna throw back to an action movie that I had mentioned just the other week, right?
Oh.
Cliffhanger. We got John Lithgow playing Eric Clayton. This dude, ruthless as hell. Okay?
Oh, good choice.
Let's just say that he is not afraid to sacrifice as a means to an end. Okay?
So true.
So this dude, if you know, you know. If you know, you know, right?
Right.
That's real love, baby. Real love. So, yeah, John Lithgow, he's super ruthless. And it's interesting because that was the first time I ever saw John Lithgow. I think after that is when he did, like, Third Rock from the Sun. And he was, like, just a goofy alien dude. So I was introduced to him as someone ruthless.
I agree. I was there too. Yeah, you're right. I mean, when I'm thinking about it too, that was the first time I saw John Lithgow. And I just thought he was always a ruthless man, like you said, until you saw Third Rock from the Sun. I'm like, oh, this guy's funny too? Damn.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. No, good choice. Good choice, brother. Next one is going to be, this was really tough. Who would I like to see all the time? I go back in time, man, because the villains years ago were villainy. I mean, they're no holds barred on those guys. So I'm going to go with some more classics here. I'm going back on this one. This is one of my favorite guys, okay? And so much so, they are selling parts of him, or a part of him online, and it's actually a collector's item. And just to kind of set up a little more, when I was a kid, he was like a scary man to me, but I always wanted to see him, so it was kind of odd, right? So this is going to be Jaws of James Bond, Richard Kiel, and he had like these metal teeth, and he could bite through anything. He was like 7 foot, tall, and he was just busting through things, and he was just menacing. And right now, if you go to James Bond online or whatever, they have his teeth, and it's a collector's item. So I'm going to get those teeth. Look up Jaws, and you'll see what I mean. So for me, I love Jaws because it's always scary. You can't kill the man. He died like 5 times and kept coming back. He was like the first Jason. So yeah, Jaws.
That's what's up. All right, so my next villain is going to be Zod from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think the first time I can't remember probably the first time I was actually introduced to Michael Shannon as an actor. But the first time I can remember him was probably Bad Boys Part 2. He's a dude that they shoved in the trunk and they're driving around all crazy and shit.
Yeah, right.
But in Man of Steel, again, because he was that goofy racist dude in Bad Boys 2, in Man of Steel, he's ultra menacing, super strong, very intimidating in like the way that he speaks, and phenomenal acting in his facial expressions. And one of the things that I love most in any villain, right? I'll use Thanos as an example.
Right.
You don't agree with what they're doing, but you can kind of see their point. And with Zod, you don't agree with what he's doing. We know we on Superman and Earthside, right? He gonna take us out. But we understand what he's trying to do. You can't really be that mad at it, but you don't want it to come to fruition. So he was dope.
Right. That's true. That's true. You know, there's a saying, not a saying, but I forget what actor said this, which is very true. One thing, what makes a really great villain is that the villain, as you said, they think they're doing right. So as an actor, actors would say, well, I'm not bad. I'm just an alternative to where we need to be. And that's what makes a scary villain, because they never think they're bad. So definitely Zod was that guy, like you said. You know, you saw kind of what he was talking about. He thought he was doing the right thing. He wasn't bad. He was just, you know, just doing things in a different direction, you know, just trying to get to something that was not helping us out at all.
And he has some swag. He has some swag.
Yes.
He has some dope one-liners.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I love Michael Shannon's portrayal of Zod. He's tight.
And, you know, and staying in the comic book world, my next one, which is probably, oh man, top 3 any of my villains of all time, no matter who they are, is going to have to be my man, bless his soul. Here it comes. You know he's coming. Heath Ledger, Dark Knight, the Joker. He took it to a new level. When you watch this man on screen, just playing the Joker, every time you see him on screen, even to today, is just a masterpiece. His expressions, all those little movements he's saying, how he expressed it in his vocal range, like the enunciations, like every little thing about him as a character made you just want to watch him more and watch what he's going to do. So if you watch that movie over a couple of times and watch what Heath was doing, Heath was cooking. I mean, just the way he was moving and talking and everything, it was amazing. So to me, yes, it may be a low-hanging fruit, but you know what? It's a fruit worth biting into. Joker, Heath Ledger, Dark Knight, love it.
Yeah, I'll say real quick to piggyback off what you're saying. Some people might say it's low-hanging fruit, but the thing about low-hanging fruit is it's the obvious, right? He's that dope. And again, like you say, there's a lot of people that are going to see it and be like, oh, that was a phenomenal performance. And that's even on the surface level. But like you say, the small little ticks and the small little things that he was doing with his eyes and his mannerisms, the way he spoke, that's a masterclass for sure. So great pick. I love that one for sure.
Exactly. And just want to say one more thing about that performance. Anybody out there who wants to be an actor, anyone's out there who wants to get into industry, you can watch that movie, watch his performance with no sound, and you still know what's going on, what he's doing, and he's still menacing. So that is a performance. That's a next level performance. That's a masterpiece. And as you mentioned, to use your term, that's a masterclass. So yes, Heath Ledger.
Man, it really sucks that we can only do 3.
I know. We could do one. Maybe just do one more, just just to throw it out there.
I'm gonna throw my third one out there. We're on 3, right?
I.
Yeah. Okay. So I gave you Zod. I gave you John Lithgow, Eric Quaylen. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna give you probably one of the first villains that, like, aside from Darth Vader, obviously, right? But that kind of like shaped my childhood, right? Not like I was crazy or whatever, but Hans Gruber.
As you say.
Right? Hans Gruber from Die Hard, right? The great Alan Rickman, right?
Yeah,
in this, I used to watch Die Hard on repeat back in the day. I love all 3 original Die Hards. People talk a little stuff about the second one. I think is great. You know, give it more to me. But Alan Rickman's character, Hans Gruber, he was smooth, suave, right? He was dressed nice. He was calm and cool under pressure, even to the final minute of his life.
That's
when
true.
He dropped his ass from the top floor of the Nakatomi Tower. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and just the look on his face of like the realization. There's certain movies where the villains get got, and then they're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But his look, the way the music, just everything that was involved in that scene, he did a phenomenal job, right? And he's funny too. He's funny too.
I think so.
And
you know what? And just, oh my God. And you know what? And think about what you said too. Like, he was just smooth to the very end. Think about when he was falling. He didn't even scream. He was just kind of like, are you serious? And going back, are you serious?
I love it. And if you never, like, there's no spoil. Like, Die Hard is a movie that you can't really spoil. It's a tower. John McClane is going to save the day, the end of it, okay? There's actually some really good stuff with Officer Al Powell. Right, Carl Winslow. I love him in that. But I love Alan Rickman when he's doing Hans Gruber and he's in the elevator with Nakatomi and he's just like reading him and he's like, "It's a nice suit." You know, just the small details. Like,
Right, the little things, right?
You better kill this guy.
I don't know, but that could have been, just. I
feel like it might have been ad-libbed. Yeah,
I think so. I don't know, but it sounds like it would be, right? I mean, why would you just throw that out there? I don't see that in the script,
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. Good run, bro. That's a good one, bro. And I know, man, it's hard, like you was mentioning, man. Just 3. I know it's tough, but we try to kind of tighten it up. But you know what? In this episode of what we do here, let's just throw one more out there. If you guys got one more out there, let's see this. Oh, it's off the cuff right now, live, okay? This off the cuff. What do you think would be one more? I think I got one more. Jay, you got one more? You think you could throw one more out there?
I got a lot more, but I'll give you one more. And it's gonna be a Scar from The Lion King.
What? Nice.
Scar from The Lion King. I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck, okay?
That's nice. I like that.
Not only is this dude siding with the ops in the hyenas, okay?
Right.
Not only is he siding with the ops, but at the same time, he's going against all of Pride Rock. Not only that, he killed his brother. Okay.
Yeah, that's ruthless.
Long live the king. But not only that, did he give Simba a mental complex as if he killed his father and cast him away for years of feeling ashamed, lonely, like he can never go back home.
That is true, man.
When you feel like you can't go back home, that really plays with your mind and with your heart. Like Simba's like, I'm done. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? I'm eating grubs.
Right.
This man's a carnivore. He's eating grubs. You know? So all that mental manipulation of Scar, this dude's ruthless.
Yeah, that's true. And he was taking
and correlation, he's voiced by Jeremy Irons, who played Hans Gruber's brother in Die Hard with a Vengeance. I didn't plan that shit out. I just as I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
You was talking about that. That was coming to my head too. I was like, Tahan 3. You know what I mean? Hell
Go
yeah.
ahead.
You're right. Hell yes. And you know what? And to stay in the animated world, kind of, no, we're not really animated, but more of the soup. Well, I guess in the comic book world, you can say. I have one too that always stuck with me. We're going back in the days now with this one because this guy was a villain that you don't really see much at all, very rarely in any animation, any type of like cartoon, anything. And I would say my man Ming the Merciless, played by Max von Sydow, he was really smooth in Flash Gordon. So Flash Gordon came out years ago, right? But if you ever see Flash Gordon and you look at Ming the Merciless, first of all, the name is a banger. Ming the Merciless. If someone called me Ming now, people are like, yo, Ming after you. Like, well, Ming, oh no, Ming's after me. But Ming the Merciless, played by Max von Sydow, he was a smooth cat. That cat he didn't even hardly yell in the movie. He was speaking to all the characters real smooth. Everyone was getting touched. I mean, you just watching him cook on screen was just marvelous because it was another level because you figured it was a movie for comic books. It was Flash Gordon. I mean,
Flash
Max von Sydow took
Star Wars, right?
No, a little after. I think it came out in early 80s, I think it was. I could be wrong. Check me on that. I think it was 81, maybe 80, something like that when I was young. But when you saw Max on that, it was the first time I ever saw a criminal, like a villain, just be smooth. He was like someone's father, just talking with that big, like resonant voice. And he would speak to, to all the characters just kind of this way. And everyone just kind of like, and Flash was the same way. If you watch the movie, Flash was just kind of thinking like, well, maybe he's making a little sense here. He was just really cool. So anyway, Ming the Merciless, check out Flash Gordon back in the days. If you want to go to the classics, as you said, hey, listen, check that man out and you see what I mean. That was a smooth cat. That was a smooth brother. Yeah. So yeah, man. So this is it. So anyone out there, anyone watching this, thank you so much for getting this far in the video. We appreciate this very much. Go ahead and hit subscribe and the bell, boom, so you know when we back out with a new video. And if you have your top 3, you can put in 4 because we did 4 too. We did 4 too. Your top 3 villains of all time. We'd love to hear what you have. I know we have a bunch. Maybe we even missed some. Who knows? But anyway, we want to hear your thoughts. So see you guys again at Mission Movie Review. And this is 3 top villains. All right. See you guys later. Peace.